Okay. Harendra, you spoke about a couple of nifty stocks where you could perhaps see outperformance. You spoke about Maruti, you spoke about Axis and IndusInd. Any other place where you can hide while the nifty keeps receding?
Yeah, I think telecom is one area which is showing enough strength at this given point of time. One is of course the urban recovery. Second is the ARPUs have bottomed out, and plus the spectrum auction is behind you. So be it Tata Communication or Bharti Airtel are clearly looking to turn around and report better numbers progressively from here on. So even if you look at the quarterly numbers, telecom has been an outlier in terms of strength in numbers. So yes, we like telecom as a pack in terms of the model portfolio. I think the other big area is the resilience shown by some of the FMCG companies. So beyond the monsoon, I think if you look slightly beyond the monsoon, you will show that the FMCG pack, which has actually led the rally over the last 4-5 years, which has underperformed in the recent past, will start looking attractive once again. So telecom and FMCG preferably, I think, would be areas to hide at this given point of time.
Within FMCG, what are your top bets now?
So if you look at the strength of Marico, Dabur, Imami, so largely on the mid-tier names and not so much on the large names, I think they'll continue to outperform the rest of the index-heavy stocks.
Great. But Harendra, just wanted one view from your end on how to approach some of these big pharmaceutical names like Sun Pharma. I mean, Sun Pharma was down almost 15% last week. Is this a good time to be cherry picking, or do you think pharma may not give as good returns as other stocks in the near term?
If you look at typically pharma has been the area to hide, but if you look at the recent correction, actually pharma with its overvaluation has actually led the fall. Surprisingly, the numbers have also not been so encouraging, be it Sun Pharma, Lupin and some of the other larger names. So the numbers are not encouraging, the valuation is very expensive, and you've seen a big sell-off, which is contrary to the popular perception of most investors. So my guess is the pharma space per se will not be in favor over the next 6 months. So yes, long-term people will start to look at these stocks, but in terms of relative outperformance or absolute performance of the next 6 months, I think pharma will disappoint.
Okay. Well, actually, the Sensex and the Nifty are continuing to tick higher. Again, as I've been telling you in the first 10 minutes, the markets are usually wavered, but there is an old BSE expectation that when there is the first big rain in Mumbai, usually the stock markets cheer. Yeah. We did have over the weekend some bit of rains, at least on Sunday. So maybe the markets are cheering that, but at the moment they're showing a green tick, whatever the reason. Harendra, finally, before we let you go, what are the bigger mid-cap bets that you all are making?
So like we mentioned, with Tata Communication, we like the consumer discretionary spend, so we just initiated on Raymond, and we have extremely bullish stance on mid-cap cement on the central space, which is Heidelberg and Prism. Okay. So these are some names that we are working on in the interim and trying to push them to investors.
Any disclosures?
No, so all of these stocks have been advised to clients, and
all right, Harendra, thanks for all those stock discussions, and you have a good week ahead. Well, that's the word coming in from Elara.